thank you all for joining us today while we discuss the recent merger of Uptime Legal and LexCloud. I'm Dimka. I'm the founder and CEO of Uptime Legal.
I'm Mike Dewdney, the former CEO of LexCloud and now the Director of Cloud and IT for Uptime Legal Systems. Really excited to have this chance to talk about the acquisition of LexCloud by Uptime and what it means for our clients and what it means for the legal technology industry more broadly.
Absolutely, me too. And maybe where I'll start for our audience is I'll again welcome all of the LexCloud clients to the Uptime Legal family. Super excited to have you guys on board. Super excited to serve you. This is just for some background and some context. Our acquisition of LexCloud is our fourth ever, our largest, and maybe our most strategically significant acquisition. And I say that because from our perspective, we've long admired LexCloud as an organization. Mike, you and I have known each other for a while, and I would say that LexCloud has really long been Canada's leading cloud and legal technology company. In fact, Mike, I think we've at various times have both thought of LexCloud as the Uptime of Canada, or maybe the other way around.
Yeah, vice versa as well. Absolutely. Uptime is the LexCloud of the United States, we've always thought.
Yes.
Yeah, we're thrilled to be working together. Really looking forward to how this merger is going to transform the legal tech landscape. Our organizations have had such common shared values. Every time we've gotten to speak over the last while, it's always striking how similar we are. Values of integrity and honesty, technical excellence, commitment to bringing interesting and innovative solutions to the legal tech community on both sides of the border. Really amazing parallels there, in my opinion. We developed independently, though along the same line, serving exclusively law firms in our markets, building our businesses to focus on the unique and complete needs of law firm technology exclusively, and an appreciation for the importance of great document management and just the similarities between our overall team and corporate structures have just made this such a natural fit.
Couldn't agree more. And your note on culture, I think you and I both, as when we were in the early discussions of making this thing real, I think we both suspected that there was going to be a really great culture fit. Of course, you never know until you get into it. And for me, one of my favorite things so far about this project has just been seeing the two teams come together and really confirming that, yes, we are all cut from the same cloth. And there's a lot of alignment around culture and values, which I think is great. And as the merger goes, I think the timing is really good because law firms face now, maybe now more than ever, really, really unique challenges in 2025 and forward. Things like, just off the cuff, the needs of security and compliance are probably greater than ever, right? I mean, the demand for security and compliance is only going one direction, right? And that's more. And then at the same time, law firms, we observe law firms have more tools and applications and systems and things, and they all need to work together, at least at some level. I think that becomes an increasingly challenging thing to keep your arms around. So just a couple of challenges that I think are going to either be new or more prevalent. What else, Mike? What am I missing?
Yeah, all of those challenges are made exponentially more complex by the requirement for people to work in a hybrid model or even a full remote model. Many firms on this side of the border are letting their offices go and working exclusively remotely. So wrangling security on top of all of those new tools and applications and keeping that distributed workforce working productively is complicated. And Canadian law firms, of course, have their own unique compliance requirements, requiring the compliance with privacy legislation, the differences between different law societies across the country and their confidentiality requirements. So those are some unique challenges that added on top of the items you mentioned.
Absolutely. And I have been and am very, very excited about LexCloud's strong presence in Canada. In addition to just admiring you guys over the years, I've often thought of LexCloud as really the pioneer in identifying those challenges that are unique to law firms, and then within that, Canadian law firms, and solving those challenges by way of developing offerings and services. But let's unpack the problem part a little bit more. Can you tell me and our audience a little bit more about these challenges and how LexCloud, now Uptime Legal Canada, helps solve those issues?
Of course, managing IT infrastructure and cloud solutions in a serverless world is a complex thing to do, and so we've developed great use of the tools and techniques available as best practices to wrangle all of these things together, while adhering to the data sovereignty and privacy laws in Canada. Keeping data on this side of the border in all of those disparate cloud systems is important to understand which vendors offer the appropriate certifications and security solutions and data residency. These things are all crucial and non-negotiable, as is PIPEDA regulatory compliance. Data handling storage practices have to be compliant. Canadian firms with institutional clients, of course, have their own strict compliance requirements. Insurance companies, financial institutions conduct routine audits, and these often have a unique Canadian bent to them. And Canadian firms need to make sure that we're paying attention to their unique needs. Having Canadian strategic advice from our perspective on this side of the border is fundamental. Law firms, of course, need modern solutions for practice management and document management, the cloud-first mentality, looking into the future, and of course, supporting all this with a local team here in Canada, understanding the industry and law firm culture as well is just a key element of our businesses and how we've built it up over here. Understanding Canadian accounting requirements, trust accounting requirements, tax laws, etc. And understanding for products like PC Law, which have done that so well, what's next? Where do we go after PC Law that ticks all of these boxes for Canadian firms? So those are a variety of things that Canadian firms have to take into consideration, which we're very ready to talk about and advance with them.
Completely agree. And, just one of many kind of random points of synergy. Obviously, PC Law, to use your example, has a really pretty large install base in Canada. And you guys, or LexCloud, has long been hosting PC Law for those firms. And I know you guys are PC Law certified. And we are also not only PC Law certified, but the primary authorized hosting provider for PC Law. So it fits like a puzzle to me. I mean, it really does. And I could go on and on about some of the other points of synergy, but that's a really interesting one. And we could have, of course, we could have built out a data center somewhere in Canada. That's not the hardest thing in the world to do, but you're right. It's not just about the technology. It is about the culture of Canadian law firms. So that is, again, a really key piece of what attracted us to LexCloud, that and these hyper tailored solutions. So to that end, Mike, walk us through, you guys solve these problems by way of services and products that are specifically aimed at these problems and the unique needs of Canadian firms. Walk us through that menu of offerings.
Yeah, absolutely. The core of our solution offering for the past decade plus, since 2011 actually, has been our private cloud platform hosted right here in Canada. It's end-to-end virtual private cloud exclusively for law firms, run, managed, and owned by us. Implementation and support of practice management and document management applications with complete and turnkey solutions, from initial consultation meetings through workflow design, training, data import, to post-go live support and ongoing support, is a very important and crucial offering for us to differentiate from your regular run-of-the-mill IT services company. And of course, managed IT, going into a cloud-first world where the need for Windows servers is not as fundamental to the IT landscape any longer. Managing the entire ecosystem from users to computers to applications, and the identity management and the security umbrella that all has to be protected, protect all of those things, is the third key element of our offering.
Yeah, absolutely. From our perspective, we're constantly asking our clients, how can we help more? How can we be of more value? What problems are you facing? Either technology problems or maybe like technology adjacent problems. And while we can't solve every problem for every firm, we do talk to a lot of Canadian firms, and we have for years and years. Sometimes clients, sometimes prospective clients. Their needs are different. They're unique. I know I keep saying that, but it's just true again and again and again. And these are needs that we couldn't really serve on our own. So by joining forces, there's a truly 1 + 1 = 3. So for instance, there's the data sovereignty piece, which we've already talked about. But then there's like currency conversions and things like that. And then just some of the cultural things. I think it's always fun if you're in Canada, to talk to somebody else who's in Canada. So, now we can bring these tailored solutions to the Canadian audience, and we can take some of our other uptime services and make them available to the LexCloud client base, but also the broader Canadian market as a whole. So things like Lex Workplace, our own document management product, or JurisPage, where we help law firms grow by way of digital marketing, things like that.
Yeah, that's really exciting to be able to bring those solutions to our clients in Canada. There's great opportunities for Lex Workplace. We firmly believe every law firm ought to have a good document management system. So that's wonderful to have that in the arsenal for our Canadian clients. And we're also excited to be able to bring our expertise and solutions to the Uptime clients on the other side of the border for software implementation and support those turnkey solutions and defined processes, tried, tested, and true. I think will serve Uptime clients very well. So what do you see as next for us? What's in store for the future, Dennis?
All kinds of great things. I'll share our vision for the future, particularly as it relates to this merger. Our vision, of course, I know you know this, Mike, but for our audience, is to merge both companies into one cohesive company operating as one single cohesive company, meaning LexCloud will not be a division or thought of as a division or a subsidiary or anything like that. This is going to be one company when we're done. So one help desk team, for instance, one sales team, one marketing team, etc. Really, really important, and we've already started that. That project is underway. And then, of course, we want to merge our offerings, right? We've got some offerings, some services where we both do it, but maybe a little bit different, right? Let's take the best of both and make a best of both version of the IT offering or the this or that offering. And then, of course, extending the offerings and services that the other doesn't do to our respective audience. So things like application support and implementation. I'm super excited to get into that, as well as, again, LexCloud, JurisPage, things like that. So in doing so, right, in merging the operations and merging the offerings and making them available to all of US and Canada, we will be building the greatest legal cloud and IT company in the Western Hemisphere. So that's sort of the big picture macro view. Mike, from your perspective, what should LexCloud clients expect in the near term, in the midterm?
Yeah, that's all really exciting, but it is not going to be disruptive for our existing Canadian clients. Aside from our clients seeing some rebranding come through as LexCloud branding is replaced with Uptime Legal branding, there won't otherwise be operational changes as we go through picking and choosing the best features and approaches of the two companies, where there may be an opportunity to improve service delivery to existing clients. They'll see that trickle in, but otherwise they're not going to be operational changes. Of course, fundamentally, as we've reinforced a number of times in this discussion, data is not going anywhere. It's staying hosted here in Canada on equipment that we own and run and manage. And importantly for me, our team is not going anywhere. All of the people who our clients know and trust and rely on the advice of are all sticking around, and I'm not going anywhere either. So I'm thrilled about that. Now that we've joined forces, the company is going to provide, the combined company is going to provide ongoing private cloud and application hosting on both sides of the border to meet the needs of both US and Canadian clients, managed IT services on both sides of the border, legal software setup and support, turnkey solutions, document management by way of Lex Workplace, and website design and digital marketing by way of JurisPage to help our clients grow.
If I'm a law firm, that's everything I need. A to Z. Well, I think that about does it for today. I want to thank you, Mike. I want to thank our audience members, our team members, our new clients for their trust and support as we enter this next phase. I am very excited about the next chapter of our combined company.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I couldn't imagine a better landing place for my LexCloud colleagues and I, and for our clients who have put so much trust in us. We're very happy to have them along and look forward to the future and all the benefits that we're going to bring.
I completely agree. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you next time.